Hello YouTube, this is the Stock Investor Guy. Welcome to another one of my videos. On this video, guys, I am going to be covering Bernie Ebbers. He was the former CEO and chairman of WorldCom, and he recently passed away on February the 2nd, 2020. He was born in Canada on August 27th, 1941. And he was actually released from prison, federal prison, on December 2019 for health reasons. And what happened was that on June 25th of 2002, WorldCom, the company that Bernie Ebbers was running, admitted to cooking the books to the tune of $3.9 billion. And it turned out that this number became 11 billion in reality. Bernie Ebbers was the executive at the time, the CEO, and he blamed the accounting executives, his subordinates, for this accounting fraud that was happening. At the time, it was the largest accounting fraud in history. Also, guys, at the time of this fraud, in early 2000s, 2002, this was also the time that Enron had also declared bankruptcy for their gimmicks, and also Dennis Koslowski and Tyco had their problems as well. The criminal charges that Bernie Ebbers faced was securities fraud and conspiracy. On September 6, 2006, he was ordered to report to prison. And at his peak, Bernie Ebbers in 1999 was worth $1.4 billion. He owned a chain of hotels in Mississippi and Tennessee. And he was, in 1997, the company WorldCom grew because of their merger with MCI Communications, and they provided telecom services. Services like phone lines, internet, cable, satellite services, things like that. So why did Bernie Ebbers feel that he needed to create this accounting scandal? If y'all remember correctly, through financial history, this was the time that the bubble had burst, the internet bubble. And a lot of the companies, after the tech bubble burst, they really cut their spending on telecom services, and that affected WorldCom. So in order to keep making money and pretend that the company was still viable, Bernie Ebbers decided to start doing accounting tricks. And I'd like to read some excerpts from the book of Bruce Wasserstein, Big Deal. It was published in 1998. And this is actually the 2000 copy. And this is before the Bernie Ebbers went to prison and that WorldCom had admitted to the cooking the books. This is from page 7, WorldCom challenging AT&T. In the whirlwind of this digital age, the pace of change has accelerated. The dramatic $129 billion merger of MCI WorldCom with Sprint to challenge AT&T for leadership in global communications underscores the intensity of the restructuring. The Telecommunications Reform Act of 1996, new digital technologies such as fiber optic cables, the internet, and wireless telephony, and soaring share prices have unleashed a frenzy of record-breaking deal activity in the industry. Again, guys, this was basically at the height of the power of Bernie Ebbers, guys. Continuing, MCI WorldCom Chief Executive Bernie Ebbers will now be able to provide fully integrated voice and data services over wireless or landlines. The combined company merges the second and third largest long-distance carriers in the U.S. to control a third of the nation's $90 billion business, provides a majority of the country's internet backbone, and owns one of the fastest-growing nationwide wireless PCS service providers, Sprint PCS, which was focused on wireless internet communication. Okay, guys, so continuing with a little bit of the history of how Bernie Ebbers, the former CEO of WorldCom, started. His beginnings were in 1983. Ebbers and three friends gathered at a coffee shop in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and founded the startup company later dubbed Long Distance Discount Services. Ebbers was originally a relatively passive investor in the operation, which planned to buy long-distance capacity wholesale from AT&T and resell the service to business customers. Bernie Ebbers also developed a passion for deals and embarked upon a core acquisition strategy that would transform LDDS into WorldCom. So LDDS initially concentrated on acquisitions of smaller long-distance providers. However, in December 1992, Ebbers consummated a $560 million deal to buy Advanced Telecommunications, leapfrogging LDDS to become the fourth largest long-distance carrier in the United States. So that was the beginnings of WorldCom. And of course, in 1997, on November 4th, 1997, WorldCom and MCI Communications announced a $37 billion merger to form MCI WorldCom. At the time, it was the largest merger in history. WorldCom's acquisition of MCI positioned Ebbers to do an even more dramatic deal. The $129 billion purchase of Sprint fills in WorldCom's missing telecom asset, which is the wireless telephones. Okay, guys, so this was pretty much just a mini quick biography of Bernie Ebbers. And again, he died at 78 years old. He died on February 2nd, 2020, so fairly recently here, just a few days ago. And he was basically in prison, sentenced to 25 years and released from prison in December 2019 due to health reasons. And this is Bernie Ebbers. He was born August 27th, 1941, and he died on February 2nd, 2020. I'm the Stock Investor Guy. Thank you for watching this video, and please consider subscribing and hit the like button. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.